Hello everyone, welcome to my webcast. I am Santosh Boyini, Practice Manager, Digital Experience at Aspire Systems. So, today's topic is Bootstrap a silver bullet for digital experience? So basically this webcast has been divided into three parts. So the first part deals with why digital experience is important and what statistics say about mobile usage trends in nowadays. The second part is all about a case study which we will walk you through. So the benefits and the pros and cons of using Bootstrap off the shelf as well as customized to handle devices. And finally, the third video is all about the best practices for enhancing digital experience. So before we go into detail, let me show some statistics of mobile usage. So over 1.2 billion mobile and web users worldwide use mobile phones as of today or as of this month. And 51.3% of all web visits came from mobile devices compared to 48.7% of visits from traditional computing platforms. So this statistic actually shows the trend from 2009 October to October 2016. So this actually shows the desktop, the traditional computing platform usage is gradually coming down and mobile usage is gradually going up. So digital experience is basically paramount, no matter whether you are whether it's a consumer app or an enterprise application. So every digital touch point is very important. So what happens is users switch devices mid-task. So why users switch mid-task? Is it a need or a compulsion? So basically when users cannot perform or they're not able to complete a task, they tend to switch devices. So this is basically a compulsion rather than need. So more than 40% of online adults are multi-device users. So what they do is they start a task on a mobile device and they finish the same task on a desktop due to various reasons. Because somebody watching a TV and try to order an electronic gadget from the comfort of his couch, but the application may not be so friendly or user friendly to finish a checkout process. So he ultimately goes to a desktop and orders a particular product. So other than that, users may actually switch devices due to various reasons like comfort, because somebody wants to do from the drawing room or something like that, or somebody want to buy a product on the move. So it depends why users switch devices. Also, sometimes when there is no user experience on a smart device or a mobile device, they try to perform the same task on a traditional computing platform. Also the agility. So some people find it very comfortable to do tasks on mobile devices rather on desktops or vice versa. So when it comes to digital experience, every digital touch point is important. There is nothing like for my business, desktops or laptops are enough, or my application can only be accessed on a desktop. So it's not good to draw a line between the type of devices that your users should actually access. So the users should have the freedom to accomplish their task or to make a purchase from a device which they feel comfortable, because we just can't ignore the omnipresence of smartphones nowadays. So when it comes to digital experience, so every digital touch point is very important. So mobile phones, tablets, desktop, laptops, there is no line or line between these devices. So every device is important. So what's the problem? Actually, what happens here is your application may work perfectly on a desktop or a bigger viewport or bigger resolution, when the same application or the same functionality or feature is accessed on a small device may not work exactly or may not behave as it does on a desktop. So that is one problem that is quite often users face. And the other problem is because of the lack of user experience, users are actually forced to do or complete a task on a desktop due to poor user experience on a mobile device. And so generally users have the right to choose a device what they feel comfortable, rather a business or an enterprise decides what is better for a user. So it's always up to the user who actually decides where or on what device he wants to perform a task. I agree that some applications may not be 100% compatible on a small device, but it is always possible that we can actually prioritize the content or the information which we are providing to the users. So there is a myth among businesses or enterprises or development companies that Bootstrap will actually bridge the digital experience gap. So when we hear Bootstrap, we always think that Bootstrap will help go digital, but that is not actually true. I agree that Bootstrap is such a nice framework, but provided that it is actually customized and tested perfectly on all the devices before you go live. So there are some challenges businesses facing today, like what happens when an application or your app is not properly functional or working on a device. So usually users get frustrated, then they actually abandon their task, so that because they may feel that they cannot accomplish the task on a mobile device, so in midway they just drop off. And this actually hits the customer loyalty as well as the brand loyalty. So if your application is not functional, so people think or they suspect whether your brand is really up to the mark. So ultimately this will reduce the retention rate. So finally this puts a great impact on your ROI. So basically here is the irony is basically Bootstrap is developed to build a responsive mobile first websites. It comes with a great which actually forces the UX designers to create sites for small screens, then scale up to tablets and desktops. So, but what happens is we actually use Bootstrap for desktop versions, then we go for tablets and mobile devices. So this is totally, the industry is following in a reverse way. So maybe that is the reason Google penalizes websites that are not usable on mobile devices. So this webcast and this video ends here, and thank you for your time and presence. In the next video, we will see a case scenario of using Bootstrap off-the-shelf versus customized to mobile devices.